home than picking a price and putting a sign on your lawn. Prepping your home to sell and staging has proven to get a quicker sale and even more money for your property. Joining me today to talk about how to prepare your home to sell is founder and CEO of I Stage and Organize, Nina Doiron. Welcome to In the Know.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
This is an interesting topic because the real estate market is hot.
Very.
Homes are flying off the grounds, literally. People are overbidding like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
That's right.
To get their home.
That's
to
right.
Get the home that they want.
That's right. And and that's what everyone hears essentially, because those are the stories that gets in the media and everybody talks about.
Well, we're talking about it, yeah.
But nobody talks about the homes that don't sell or sit on the market and then get pulled because it wasn't prepared or done well.
Okay.
Right. So there's a lot more, just like you said, to selling a home. You need to put in some elbow grease. You need to put in a lot of work in order to make sure that it attracts the mass. Essentially, the more people, foot traffic that you bring into your home, the better your chance will be to have it sell for top dollar.
Right. Okay. So you have a chart from the Toronto Real Estate Board, some statistics. We love statistics here on In the Know.
Right.
So what are we looking at when we take a look at this chart? It's going to come up on the screen. There we go.
Right. So the top line is the Toronto Real Estate Board TREB report for all of 2016. And what I want to highlight there is, we hear in the news all the time that homes are selling within hours or within days. But what you're seeing here is that the average days on market, the DOM, is 18 days. So that's the average number of days that homes take to sell across all of Toronto, right? Okay. And the average selling versus list price is 102%. So when you hear about homes selling for $200,000 above asking, there's not a lot of them doing that. So that's the first line. That's all across Toronto. And then York region, the average days on market is 18 days. And then the average selling price is 103%, Richmond Hill, also 18 days, and then selling for 104% above asking. Okay. So the last number are my own stats. So I just want to highlight that when it comes to when homes are staged and shown well, obviously it does impact the number of days that homes are on the market and how much it sells for.
So shorter time in the market, more bang for your buck. So
that's right.
You're going to get more cash return.
That's right.
Okay, so that's really interesting. So they're not everything is selling in days.
No.
Some are taking much longer. If our average is almost 3 weeks.
Exactly, and people don't talk about that, and people don't hear that, right? And the laws of average is that some sell for lower and some sell for higher, which is how we get to the average.
Okay, so one of the things about selling your home is to kind of take yourself out of it and personalize it, right?
For sure.
You got to get rid of the crap, get rid of the clutter.
That's right. That's
and
the
make
first.
People see beyond.
That's the first step that everyone should do, and that's the first step that I tell my clients to do in my consultation is to try and declutter as much as they can and depersonalize their home. What that means is that we can't see beyond what we already have in our home because they're all useful for us and our family. But from an unbiased point of view, you have to step back and take a look. Will somebody come into your home be able to see the space and the beauty and the special features that you have in your home for all the things that you have covering and cluttering it?
So literally you have to get rid of your piles of laundry. And we have some photos because would people actually sell their homes this way? With piles and piles of laundry and mess and stuff all over the table?
Well, this is sort of the state that I typically get to see when
wonderful.
I go in to do a consultation. And so people, especially when you have young kids at home, this is kind of the state of the home. And so, you can't see beyond the clutter.
You can't see the room's potential.
For sure. And so you have to declutter and depersonalize. I typically tell people that they need to declutter or remove 50% of their belongings.
Wow.
In order to showcase the home. So the whole point of showcasing the home is to showcase the space in the room, right? Not your stuff.
Your stuff.
No, people are coming in to buy the home, not your stuff. And so you need to remove as much of it as you can so that you can showcase the space as it should be.
Okay, so how do we declutter?
Yeah, so I go through the process with my clients. Essentially, I tell them to set up 4 stations, and everyone in the family should be participating in this. There should be 4 boxes, and they should be labeled 1 to sell, 1 to donate, 1 to keep things that they want to keep, and then anything that's no longer usable or broken should be thrown out, essentially. I try to tell my clients, and as much as they can, to donate. I'm a big advocate of donating any gently used items, because there are families out there who can definitely use it.
For sure. And we do accumulate too much stuff over the years, especially if you've been in the home for a really long time.
Yes, it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long, especially when you have kids. Kids have far too many things these days, beyond clothes, books, but toys. My goodness.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so we've made our 4 boxes, and then we've got our keep pile.
Yes.
What do we have to do with that pile?
So because you are going to be packing things up in the decluttering process to take to your new home, being organized and labeling things properly is going to be very important, because then it's going to be less stressful for you and the movers. Actually, whoever's helping you move into the property is going to be really, really helpful for them.
All right.
So yes.
So we've got the picture up there with all of your all of your labels.
Yes. So what I recommend is that you use a different color code, use a color coding system.
Yep.
And use different colors for different floors. So you have a different color for the basement, one for the main floor, one for the upstairs, and if you have an attic, another one for that, right?
You're speaking my language. I'm sorry, but we have to take a short break.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to talk more about staging and little fixes you can do around the house. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to In the Know. We're talking all about prepping your home to sell with Nina Doiron today. Even when you're going to sell your home, you need to do a little bit of work.
Yes,
right?
definitely.
You need to fix it up.
Definitely. Again, it's about showcasing the home. So the more you do to prep your home, the better it'll be, because these days people are really busy. They don't want to have to come into your home, consider paying, the average of $800,000 for a home, and then make a laundry list of things that they need to do and update. So the more updates you can do to the home so that they're move-in ready, the better chance that you're going to have at selling or asking for top dollar for that sale, right? So some of the things, one of the sort of the cheapest and cheerful things that you can do to update your home is a fresh coat of paint.
Right.
And the more neutral the color, the better, because again, it's not about offending anybody. All cultural differences aside, the more neutral the color, so a light taupe, a light beige, a creamy white, or gray. Gray is still very much an in color right now.
And it makes your space look bigger, right?
Exactly. So when we talk about paint, there's going to be cool tones and warm tones. And the cooler tones, such as those that are in the whites and the grays, are expansive colors. So they do make the room feel much bigger. So that's one area that people can do. Now, if they're unsure about the color as well, paint color differs in different lighting condition. You can always also go out to your hardware store and buy a sample can as well. This is about $5 and paint a nice big square. That way you know that that's the color that it should be for that wall or that
So
space.
you've taken down the family portrait.
Yes,
your
for sure.
big wedding picture.
Yes,
right.
yes.
And you're going to give it a nice coat of paint. Funny story: when my husband and I bought our home, it was bright highlighter yellow on the main floor. We still talk about this. And upstairs, it was this pale, but not so pale blue.
Right.
Cornflower blue almost. And still, if we take out a light switch or something, you can
It's
still
still
see remnants of that blue, and it kind of, it was awful. But we kind of lucked out because I think we actually saved some money because it didn't look as nice as it could have looked.
Exactly. And you could see beyond that, and you could see the potential of the home, whereas it's funny that the majority of the population cannot see beyond beyond the ugliness of a home for the potential that it could be. So that's why you want to make sure that you're appealing to the mass, right?
Okay.
One of the other things that that can really date a home is lighting as well. I've walked into homes where you still have the builder ball, that round thing. And so what I tell my clients often, again, it's something that's really inexpensive to replace now, are lighting. Lightings are so inexpensive these days. And especially if your home has low ceiling, consider getting something that's low profile like this, because then it doesn't make your ceiling seem any shorter than it already is. So a low profile fixture can actually help you with the height.
Okay, good tips.
Yes.
And so a lot of this then is a trick of the eye.
For sure, for sure.
Right?
You know, that's what staging really is. It's about tricking the eyes to highlight the best features of the home and minimize all the not so nice parts of the home, right? So
we have some pictures, ways we could all trick the people coming into our homes. And it's not so much that you're tricking them, it's just that you're highlighting the good. For sure. And making the room look its best.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so we've got some tricks.
Well, one of the things that I often tell my clients to do is to rehang their drapes. Yes. Rehang their curtains, take out the valances, and hang your drapes as high up against the ceiling as possible, because that is a trick. It actually heightens the height of the ceiling because it brings the eye all the way up to the ceiling. So that's a really neat trick, particularly if you have a low ceiling. 8 feet currently is considered like low ceiling. And so the more you can do to add height to the ceiling, the better it'll be. Okay. All right. That's a good trick. Yes. Next trick. The next one is about hanging lighting fixtures. You know, this is one of the things that a lot of people are not sure how to hang. You know, where draperies you want to hang it as high up to the ceiling as possible, but lighting, if you hang it too high, it takes away from the drama, right? And so the proper height to hang a chandelier over a table is about 30 inches, 30 to 36 inches between the table and the lowest part of the fixture itself. Okay, and so are you swapping out potentially a large table for a smaller table as well? Yes, so usually it's about 1/4 the diameter to the full size of the width of the table. Okay. Is what you should consider. Okay, and next picture? So hanging artwork is also very important as well. You know, you want the artwork to look like it's professionally hung, and all artwork gallery style should be hung at eye level. So yes, eye level is different for everyone. For everyone, depending on the height, and the rule of thumb is to hang it 58 inches. The center of the artwork should be 58 inches from the floor. Okay, that's a good tip too. Yes. All right, so are there certain areas of your home that are going to get the most
return on the investment? Like if you're going to
Sure.
paint a dining room or a kitchen or a bathroom.
Right. So paint aside, those are the least expensive things to do. But the areas of the home that are going to get the most return on investment are always kitchens and bathrooms, right? And those are the areas where people want to go in. You know, they want a chef's kitchen or they want a spa-like bathroom. So if you have the money to invest in updating certain parts of your home, I would say that those areas would be a place that you would concentrate on. Also the flooring. You know, some people still have carpet, some people still have the 70s shag carpet. I know shag carpets are back in, but not the 70s shag carpet, not the orange
mustard
one.
color.
Right. But you know, everybody wants hardwood floor now. So yes, it's a little bit of an investment, but certainly the return on investment
You're
will
going
be
to see
there.
it. And if you do
sure.
have carpet, you should clean your carpet, right?
Oh gosh, yes, shampoo it, because carpet holds on to odor and smells. Not to say that their home smells, it's just that over time, right, people live in it,
Right.
and carpet holds on to the smell, and so it should be shampooed.
Before you've
For
got
sure.
people in there.
Yeah, and
Okay.
you could, yes.
And there was that old, tale of bake some cookies before people come over, make your house smell nice.
Yes, cinnamon and spices.
Cinnamon and spices.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to do a little bit of staging. I'm really excited, and we're going to talk about placement, what to put in your home, as well as some before and after photos of some rooms that you helped organize and
Yes.
stage. Okay, we have to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. More in the know after the break. Welcome back to In the Know. We're talking all about preparing our homes to sell with Nina Doiron from iStage and Organize. And so now we are staging our home. We're in the process
Yes.
of staging. We've
Yes.
gotten rid of stuff.
Yes.
We've sorted. We've labeled. We've fixed paint.
Right.
Hung
Yes.
new lights. Hung new
Yes.
drapes.
Yes. Now comes the fun stuff.
Now comes the fun stuff.
Now comes the fun stuff and the decorating part. So again, you know, the rule for staging are three things: light, bright, and airy.
Okay.
Right? So whatever you bring into a place, you want to make sure that it adds luxury to the space, and it makes the space feel light, bright, and airy.
Okay.
Right? So I tend to use a lot of light colors and shiny things, right? Again,
reflective.
it's a reflective things. Again, it makes the space look expansive, and it adds luxury to space. And you know, where the rest of the house is neutral, we've talked about painting the walls a neutral color. If you want to add color, that's where you can add color is through accessories and artwork. Right, so that's how you can add some pops of color. But what I brought here today are very light, bright, and airy
Yeah.
things, like how you stage, or I tend to stage a tabletop, let's say a coffee table or a side table, are in threes.
Okay.
So always keep to the rule of thumb of odd numbers, either in ones or in threes.
Okay.
Okay.
So nice vase, statement piece.
That's
you don't want
right.
anything that's too distracting though, right?
No. Yes. So sometimes staging can be misinterpreted or misconstrued as designing or interior decorating. So you don't want to have so much stuff that it looks like it's interior design, because it's distracting and taking attention away from the house, right? And the space itself. So, but you just want to make sure you add enough so that it adds texture, it adds depth, it adds a little bit of pop of color and luxury.
Okay.
You know, one of the things that are luxurious these days are very in are faux furs. So faux furs, you can get them in rugs, you can get them in throws, and even cushions like this, right? So a faux fur cushion adds depth and
Nice
you can
visual
layer
appeal
it
too.
for sure.
And you've got it layered with
Yes.
throw.
Yes.
Nice cozy throw.
Yes, something again. This is where you can add color with a nice colored throw, and because it's really soft, you're again introducing another texture. texture element to the space.
Let's talk about flowers, because
Yes.
any home I've ever been to, if I was buying a home, had either fresh or faux flowers.
Yes.
It's like strategically placed on the coffee table or in the kitchen.
That's
Beautiful
right.
tulips.
That's right. That's right. Flowers are wonderful because it adds a fresh element to the space, and again, color as well. See, because flowers and plants add life to a room, right? And so in staging, we tend to use silk flowers a lot, only because they don't die,
Right.
And they don't wilt. So unless the homeowner is prepared to upkeep the flower and change out the water and water the plants to make sure that it stays fresh, we tend to use silk for that very reason, to make sure that they look fresh.
So if people hire a stager, like if someone
Yes.
hires you, do you bring all of this stuff, or do you use stuff that people have in their homes already?
So I tend to do a little bit of both. Where I can, I will try and use what the homeowner has in terms of furnishing. But the accessories, I bring them in, because then I can create a cohesive design. Things like these things, the tray, the vase, books, candles, rugs, lamps, artwork, I bring all of those in, so that there's a good flow from room to room when it comes to the design. But where possible, I will try and use as much of what the homeowner has.
Okay, so that's a good benefit. Now, so we have some before and after pictures, and the transformations really are incredible. Like, they look like two totally separate spaces. So let's take a look at our first before and after picture.
Yes, so this is a home that is, as you can see, it's a little bit dated just by the furniture alone, right? And so a little bit of work was done to the space. I rehung the drapes high up in the ceiling and creating a conversation area without taking away from the feature of the room or the focal point of the room, which is the fireplace.
And so in this case, you kept the same yellowy wall color, added some lamps.
That's right. Actually, this home wasn't repainted. That's why the yellowy color was the same. It was mainly just staging with new furniture. That's pretty much it for this space. Yes.
Next photo.
This
is amazing.
Yes, this is a very dramatic change. So this is a condo downtown, and as you can see, the before picture tells you that somebody older lived in that space, right? You know, just from the furniture and the artwork alone. And this one, I completely redid it, painted everything, removed the drapes, painted even the bookshelves and the wood trim. And then brought in some mid-century modern furniture to stage the property.
Looks really great. Next picture. Another nice one.
This one is a contemporary house to begin with, but as you can see, I mentioned earlier, people live the way they want to live, right?
Yeah.
So this room was cluttered with a lot of furniture, and all I did here was remove some furniture, reposition it a little bit so that it can better highlights the space of the room, which is a fairly large room, but you can't tell for all the furniture that was in there.
And so you got rid of one couch. And so taking the appropriate angle for your photos that are going to go on your realtor site is also really important,
very,
right?
very important.
Strategic.
For sure.
Okay, one more picture. All right. Okay, here you've added.
Yes. So this is a small condo downtown. This condo is 520 square feet. It's terribly small, and so it was very important to make sure that buyers come in and see the potential of the space to say that yes, it does fit a couch and some chairs, and it's livable. It's definitely livable. And then highlighting, placing furniture to highlight the nice big large window that they have at the condo.
Amazing transformations, Nina.
Thank you.
For people who are watching the show and thinking, I need help, the house is going up for sale, I need some help staging, what do they do? How do they reach you?
Well, they can visit my website at istageandorganize.com or give me a call. My phone number is also on the website as well. And of course, follow me. I blog, so I give a lot of helpful tips for people who are just thinking of preparing or to sell or just want to redesign their home for themselves as well. I give lots of tips on my website there.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nina. I want to thank everyone at home for watching. It's been a really informative show, and we have come to the end of our show today. I hope you got lots of valuable tips and advice. For more information, you can visit us online at rogerstv.com/intheknow. I'll see you here next week. I'm Julia Supa. Take care.